Good morning, guys. I am right now up in town. Just took Paul to the doctor. He's basically just gone in. He woke up this morning and he couldn't see with his left eye, and it was like when he looked, it's very, very blurry, and you can see like some small particles and stuff. And that needs to be checked up because that could be a blood clot in the eye, which is really strange because Paul has not got a higher blood pressure or anything like that. He goes in like every 3 months just for a checkup with his back and everything like that because of the medicine he get. And basically every single time the test is mint. He's like so healthy. He's a little bit overweight for his age, but he's so healthy otherwise because he doesn't smoke. He don't really drink very much coffee and stuff like that. And he don't really have any like big cravings besides tea. And he doesn't even use sugar in that, so he's like fairly okay. Me, I'm a little bit heavy for my size, but we hope that there's nothing serious, so we'll have to see. Alright guys, apparently it's a bit more serious with Paul's eye, because we went to the eye doctor in our town, but they didn't have the actual equipment to check up if Paul's eye, what the thing is actually the retina has slipped, and that can be quite serious. It has to be sorted out because else he could lose some sight on that eye and only see blur. So Paul can't see with his left eye right now. He can only see like shadows and blur. So we took to an estimate at the hospital now, and we need to find a ward. Oh, downstairs. That's scary. To the left. Hi guys, back home again. I will tell you more about Paul's eye. But this is the old post office here, and now right behind that is supposed to be a little skate park thing. I want to go and check that out. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard about it. They said there should be some small ramps and stuff at the back here, so let's go and have a look. So yeah, this is what it is. This is somewhat a skate park. Look, you got like a little ramp there, bigger one there. There's actually two, I think. If that's two, we could put one in each end, and we can go back and forth. It is, but they're probably very, very heavy. But that's cool. Yeah, there used to be all loading dock in the post office. And those benches like to be moved around. There's always someone have to ruin it for other. Look how dirty it is here. But yeah, got like a rainbow rail, some boxes to build menu pads from. Grind rail there. I bet if you could lift that down and put it along there, it'll be easy, quite good to grind on. But yeah, that's at least somewhere to hang out when the skate park's closed. That's cool. I'll probably be down here some other day. And we used to skate here all days anyway, because we used that to grind on rollerblades and skateboard. That old metal rail, that's basic, it's been there for forever. Alrighty, for now me and Paul, because his eye's not too good, and it's getting a little bit late now, it's like 6:30, we don't fancy cooking. We're gonna go and have a bagel, so I'm gonna go and get those now, so I'll catch you guys back home. This little monster here today has really surprised me. There was a fly flying around my face when I sat by the computer, and I managed to like sweep my hand over it and catch it. It was alive in my hand. Then I managed to open the cage a bit, throw the fly down there, and close it back up. The fly was like flying around, climbing in there. This little devil, she jumped from over here and grabbed the fly over there. So she can jump, which is like, what the heck, you crazy spider. So that was really impressive and also a little bit surprising to me. I didn't know that, because she's a desert species, I didn't know that she would jump. Alright, I hope you guys can hear me or see me. I have a light to use, like a backdrop. But I want to talk to you guys about what happened to Paul. Saturday, the weekend we've just been through, Paul hadn't watched TV, and in the evening he felt like his left eye was starting to blur a little bit, and he just thought, oh, maybe I'm just very tired. So he went to bed and woke up the next day and didn't really notice much. But then later on in the day, Sunday, he still had the like kind of blur, but not very much. He just felt like it was hard to focus, like really concentrating about focus. Then Monday, he got up and he felt like there was a line, something like moving in front, small black dots. A bit like when if you've been leaning over front and stand up too quickly, the blood goes to your face, you get like this and you see these little star twinkles everywhere. That's kind of what got his desire, but it was like constant. And he never thought much of it. He thought maybe he's just tired from all the moving that. And he woke up this morning and everything was just one big blur. He can't read or anything with his left eye. He can only see shadows, equivalent to if I would like to, I guess it was like if I did walk away here and I focused on my hand here and I would be right there, something like this, probably a lot worse. He can make outlines and he can see colors, but if I were to hold my hand like this and show him any fingers, he would only see like this. He would only see like this shape. So he took it pretty impressive. If I had been waking up like that and suddenly couldn't see with my one eye, I would be terrified. I'm sure he is, but he hasn't shown it. So extremely brave. I'm very worried because to me, one of the biggest fears in life is to lose your sight. Imagine not to be able to see this wonderful world. And I'm really worried about that. So we went straight ahead. I got up, jumped into some clothes, and we went straight to the doctor as you saw me in the car. And from there, we were sent on to an eye specialist, or an eye doctor. She looked into his eye and she said, oh, there's no bleeding, which is good. But she didn't have all the right equipment here, so we were sent off to another town, which took like half an hour to drive to. And they have the place, and we sat there for about an hour, and we got into a nice young guy. He's about my age, so about 30, 35-ish, another doctor. And he looked in. The first thing he saw, oh, we got internal bleeding inside your eye, which is a little bit scary. What they feared, or what Paul feared definitely, and me too, is that his retina might have loosened. Sometimes it can do that, especially if you got diabetic. Paul thankfully isn't diabetic, but we feared that it might be the retina which has detached. But the guy couldn't see into Paul's eyes, even though they gave him some drops to expand the iris so they can look in. But because he got all that blur with the blood and stuff inside, he couldn't look through. So he had to use like a little thing with like ultrasound so you could look through. But thankfully, the retina is still where it's supposed to be. But there is some blood, and it could be several things. Inside your eyeball, there's like some gel, like clear liquid. And that can sometimes move forward, and that can cause some complications. And that's why the next couple of days, Paul and I are really going to be going back and forth to the doctors to make sure that he's okay. Worst case scenario, he will need a laser surgery to correct it. And this is kind of scary because if it's not done in good time and they don't catch it before it gets too bad, he could have a lowering sight on that eye. Worst case scenario, he could go almost blind and have a complete blur on that eye all the time, which would be terrifying. So if a lot of the next couple of days is going to be a lot of hospital stuff, I apologize before, because that's probably what we're going to be spending a lot of time on. Unfortunately, this comes in a very, very bad time. I'm off to Spain on Friday in the afternoon, but I will be willing to say that if Paul is not comfortable being on his own, and if his eye is not getting any better or stable or anything like that, I will be ready to call my friends and say I'll have to like change the flight because this is too extreme. The whole thing is that I'm going to be down there for 10 days from the 4th to the 14th, so it's a long time if Paul has to be home on his own, and he can't drive with only one visual eye. Because you haven't got the same feel of depth. You can't, like, if you try and do this and you try and touch something, you'll probably be surprised sometimes the thing is either further away, so you think like, where is it, or maybe closer. You can try that. The same, try and close one eye and take two fingers down in front. Don't like stretch them or anything like that. Just take two fingers and try and put them together and see. You got no chances are that you will miss. You might hit, or you might go straight on. That's fine if you do that. But if you just take your arms out, like do this, close one eye and do that, very often you miss because you can't like sense the depth of field, so you don't have the 3D vision. But anyways, I just wanted to explain to you what happened. We were sent home. He's gonna have a call tomorrow from the doctor he saw today at the other hospital, and I don't know if we're gonna go back there. That's quite a drive, but that has to be done. It's too important. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried because it would be terrible if he'd lose some sight on that eye. It wouldn't be nice at all. And one thing with Paul already is that he is colorblind already. He can't sense between green and red, and some other colors are missing up too. But now I've seen you can get some glasses to help color correct, which is so awesome. And I'd love to get Paul a pair of these, but they're very expensive. That, however, I would like maybe to start a GoFundMe or something to get Paul some of those. I mean, I know I can see every color. I took so many color tests and I can see fine. For Paul to suddenly also see all the real colors, if you go on to search that colorblind people see colors for the first time, search that on YouTube, you'll see some very, very emotional reactions and people seeing color for the first time. Yeah, I would really like to get some of these glasses for Paul, and maybe, just maybe, I would make a GoFundMe or something like that to try and get a pair of glasses for Paul for that. So yeah. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave it now because I want to go and have a shower and go to bed. I don't want to be too late up tomorrow to have to look after Paul. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay awesome as always and look after yourself. Love you guys. Peace.